Hello, my Abigail. I hope you're doing well. This is a video for you. This is about tonight's group you're going to do with the kids. We're going to look at Acts chapter 12. We're going to look at verses 1 through 16. It's a story of Peter being arrested. We want to focus on the prayer aspect of this. Let me get my Bible out here. I'm sorry. I can't do two things at once. If we look at the scripture, we see that it's involving Peter praying. It says the church prayed for Peter. Verse 5, but while Peter was in prison, the church prayed very earnestly for him. And so that's what we look at. Our lesson this week in church will be on prayer. And so I'm trying to prelude that. And it's interesting, after the church was praying and Peter was rescued by an angel, he was taken to where they were praying. He went to where they were praying, and they were in such disbelief they wouldn't let him in the door. They were just like, he's outside. Rhoda, the servant girl, answered the door and said, that guy we're praying for is outside. So what we want to do is to bring all that out. You want to find a scripture that works. Verse 7 would be good. Suddenly there was a bright light in the cell, and the angel of the Lord stood before Peter. The angel struck him on the side to awaken him and said, quick, get up. The chains fell off his wrist. Something about, Peter being rescued would be a good verse. There's several of them in there. It's yours to pick. And make sure you do a little one and the big one. And so it'd be a good one for, as you're doing this, as you're telling this story, make sure you say how serious it was, because Herod was putting people in prison for political gain. He was trying to get some influence. The Jewish people liked James being in prison, so he went and got Peter. So there's a political manipulation going on here. And anyways, it's a pretty easy story. I'm sure you have it. Peter is standing at the door, and they said, "You're out of your mind," they said. When she insisted, they decided it must be. Meanwhile, Peter continued talking. When they finally opened the door and saw him, they were amazed. That may be a great little sequence of verses right there, and you can just do a small part for the kids. I hope it's going well. Don't forget your treats, various other things. I'll give this to you in an email. Thank you for everything you're doing. Appreciate you. Next week I'll get the video earlier, I promise.